In this video, we'll be going over loops in MIPS. Loops are repeating blocks of code that iterate until a certain condition is met. This is easy in C since it already comes with while and for loops built in, but this isn't really the case in MIPS. Instead, we use labels to implement the working of a loop. Here's a short program that prints out one to the terminal. To add a label, we type its name out followed by a colon. In this case, the functionality of the code remains unchanged, but now we know that when we refer to my new label, we are talking about line 2. To use a label, we can incorporate the branch command. When the code gets to line 9, it branches back up to my new label. So when the code runs, it loads in 1 to $t0, prints it out, branches up to the label, and it repeats this again and again and again and again. While this is a loop in essence, it does have the problem of never ending. To make loops exit on condition, we can use conditional statements such as branch if greater than or branch if less than. Let's use this to implement a simple counter. Here's a familiar program that initially just prints out 0 to the output. However, it has two labels indicating the beginning and the end of the loop. We add in the branch if greater than line that tells it to branch to loop end when the value of t0 is greater than 3. When running the code, first it sets the counter to 0 and it then checks if it is greater than 3. It isn't, so the program moves on. It prints it out and increments it. We then branch back up to loop start and we repeat this for counter values 1, 2 and 3. But when the counter value is 4, the BGT condition is true, so we branch to loop end and that terminates our loop. Side by side, loops in MIPS and C are very similar, especially in regards to printing and incrementation. Note that the condition is inversed, however, when converting between the two, since we want the condition to be true for MIPS and be false for C.